What's going on, guys? My name is YellowS2K and we are playing some more iRacing. I am totally addicted. This is just such a great game. Having a ton of fun, but I have my C license now for those of you guys that are following along, and I am now racing the Porsche GT3 Cup. It's the 991 version, so the newest of the GT3 Cup cars, which is one of my favorite cars, not necessarily of all time because the RSR and there's higher versions of this GT3 car, but it is pretty incredible. It's a big step up from the Skip Barber, and we are at VIR, Virginia International Raceway once again. However, we were on the full circuit this time. So the full circuit, if you watched my last video in the Skip Barbers, it has a little bit of a change. That was the Grand West configuration, and now we are on the actual full circuit. I'll kind of show you where that change is, but I'm definitely learning this car still. It's not the easiest thing to drive because it is rear engine, so you have to drive it just a little bit differently. Luckily, I've spent a decent bit of time in Porsches in real life, which I've been lucky to be able to do. And so I have a decent idea what you need to do, but it's a whole other thing putting it in the game and trying to actually brake accordingly. So big thing is I need to be trail braking a little bit more, so basically left foot braking mid-corner, just to get that nose to regain traction, dive down. So that's the biggest thing. Obviously this is my out lap, so I'm just taking it easy. We'll get around the track, and then we'll start our first timed lap from there. One thing you'll notice is I got a little bit of a squeakiness here on downshifts. I've actually tried to get that to go away and was not successful before this race started, so it is what it is. But you can see, if you watched my Skip Barber race, my last iRacing video, big speed difference. Now in that track or in that configuration you turn right now, but here you go flat out all the way to this crest, and it connects you kind of towards the end of the lap, so it makes it a little bit quicker of a lap. That being said, we're doing, actually it's about a minute quicker of a lap, and it gets rid of some of the difficult corners in the Grand West configuration, but 14 laps on this track for the race. So it adds up. It feels like a proper race that you have to be focused in, and it's easy to lose concentration, things like that. So anyway, first time lap. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to be a little conservative. I don't want to have any big offs or anything here. Grid position isn't massive, but I know I'm capable of running a halfway decent lap. I'm looking for a 152 is what I'm looking for me to be happy with. I expect to be a little bit off that pace, and I expect other people, maybe the fastest, to be running that lost me some time. 149s is what I've seen in some of these races. I'm a little bit off that pace, but I think as far as race pace goes, I can be relatively competitive. Again, I'm not looking to do anything crazy here. I'm just looking to have a nice, respectful race because I'm a rookie in this class and a rookie in this car. You can't just hop in and act like you're hot shit right away. And this is a very competitive class. A lot of people racing this, so. Not the fastest lap so far, but it'll at least be a baseline. I bet we'll end up running like a 156 or so. Still actually pushed a little there. That's where I need to practice a little bit of that trail braking. Oh, push wide there, almost lost it. And we were actually going to be ahead there, but rather save it than go off. One more lap here, let's give it a shot. That was a 154. A little wide, but usually you can save it. It's a pretty slow corner. Sometimes it's difficult to get the power down out of that corner, though. Drive line through there. See if we can still get the power down. Looks like 6th this time. Dab of the brake down to 5th. Curve, curve. A little behind in that rhythm there. Better drive out of that corner. Definitely a faster car than the Skip Barber F2000, that's for sure. We had an off track. Just barely, so this lap isn't even going to count. We'll run it around just to see what it was going to be. Not the best qualifying session, but no big issues. So that was a 154, so nothing particularly beautiful. We'll back out. Take a look at the results. 154, so you can see 151 looks like the fastest so far. Might have a few more people coming in. We'll keep an eye on that. 154, so we're going to be about mid-pack. Let me move this camera. Ooh, so we got quite a few people in here. Well, that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 people in here. Something like that. So that's pretty intense. It always takes just a little bit to be able to get on the grid. Once the grid is available, it'll take about 2 minutes, so I'm sure I'll catch you there on the grid. Alright, here we are. On the grid, you can see how intimidating it can be with all the cars on the grid. I mean, it's pretty nuts. So again, we're what, 11th on the grid, so it's not terrible, but you can imagine, you know, there's 10 cars in front of us right now, and we're going into a fast straightaway into a really tight, basically a hairpin right. And it's really easy to lock up the brakes in this car. It's kind of what it's known for, so I really hope everybody behind me has a respectable race and doesn't pull any dumb shit. And I will do my best to do the same. We'll see though. Should be seconds away from the lights. Here we are. A little too much wheel spin there, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay on the inside here. We'll tuck in behind this white car. Go nice and slow. That was a pretty sketchy entry there, feller. Sorry, I had to get on the brakes hard to not get into him there. Again, the brakes it's really easy to lock up in this car. It takes a lot of concentration. Let me focus in here. As we get into the meat of the lap, I'm getting a little understeer, oversteer, all over the place. Get the tires warmed up and then we'll start feeling really good. Don't want to lose touch of these guys. We'll try to keep a decent gap to them. This guy behind me is moving. Pushed a little wide there. I expect him to get by me on this straightaway. Yep. He's going to have to really push it here. He's not going to have the best braking situation, so I'll close him back off. Obviously we had one go off there. Again, tires are probably still just a touch cold. You can definitely feel it when it starts to come out on you there. I'm actually glad we have this gap to the guys in front of us for this first corner here. Again, it's a bit of a shit show, so we're going to brake really early. Hold that inside, keep these guys close. The guy behind me is really pushing. But if we drive cleanly, we shouldn't have any big issues. Bit of a lock up there. If you don't get the line right into that corner, it can be quite a challenge. This yellow car doesn't have a really good line through here, but I botched it just a touch. Need to take it easy. We've got 14 laps of this. But man, it takes a lot of concentration. Holy crap. He had a little cut there, gonna catch him a bit. We'll be on the careful side. It's easy to push a little too hard there, and you're going way, way off. We're in 9th. I'd be really happy with the top 10, to be honest. So, not a giant deal. We'll just try to keep it nice and clean and put in laps without any big issue. That's the whole goal here. A little slow into that corner as the blue car behind me let me know. I got on the brakes just a touch early. We seem to pull on him here every time. Again, one big thing about these races is you're treating it like a real race. And I know that sounds silly because it's a game and you can say that with other simulators and stuff, but there's nothing more legit than this as far as you really do have to treat it like you're out here on your first race or first handful of races, or you know your pace, you know there's faster guys, and you know it's a difficult car and you're learning it, so you're not going to go out there and just dive bomb. We'll take an opportunity. I'm sure we'll catch somebody, but it's really easy to drive like a shithead. And really, it's all about nice, clean laps. Long race too, so you need to be patient and not get ahead of yourself. I can see pretty much the whole field here. A little bit too much of a cut. We're going to lose a touch here, but I should be able to gain it back. Good, I was able to put the power down. I'm going to go wide here. Luckily I was able to stay straight. A lot of times when you go on into the grass, it's gone. So you can just see how quick something can happen. It's incredible, really, how fast it can go wrong. Got a little lucky back there. Let's kind of reel it back in. These guys are having a little bit too much of a battle. I'm worried I'm going to get into a collision with them. We're having to back it off here. Maybe we can get the power down a little bit better than them here. Back end out. Come on, get that draft. We might be able to go up the inside of them. Maybe not. Bummer. A little bit wider of a line there. Back end out a little bit. Had to back off. Really pushing a little too much in that corner. I need to maybe trail brake a little bit there. Ooh. Starting to make some mistakes. Lost touch with them because of those two small mistakes. Still having a great race though. A lot of time left. blue car's still sticking right behind me. He's only half a second back. I pulled a little bit on him before. I didn't look at the gap. If you're curious, a gap's bottom right. I'll tell you the gap between everybody on the track. Back end out a little bit. Once it goes, it goes. Got to be super careful of that. Yellow car off just a little bit. Try to get that power down. Holy fuck. Excuse my language, but we almost threw the whole race away right there. That blue car's on me. Almost looked like he backed off just a tiny bit. Be patient to get that power on. Short shift, third. Took my time in that corner a little bit because we've made so many mistakes there. A little bit of a lockup. Quick shift to third. Coming a little bit late into these S's, but we seem to make that back up. Everyone's running a really clean race, honestly, which is awesome. A little too much curve there. Gonna have to back off once again. That blue car's really moving behind me. I think I got a little bit better of a drive than him out of here. I don't think he'll be quite close enough to be able to really get that time back on me. So the guys in front of us are contemplating a move. Real sketchy place to try to pass. Looks like they're keeping it nice and clean though. One off. Those mistakes are bound to happen. That's why a clean race is just so important. Not only is it going to increase your safety rating in this game, which is what makes you go up in license, but you'll just end up with a better position, taking your time. Even if this blue car gets behind me, we'll still be in a decent position. Again, we just need to be really careful to not spin it. So easy to do. Let these guys get into a battle, and hopefully we can reel them in because of it. They're obviously running pretty good laps. So is the guy behind me. It just makes it so intense. I don't know if it comes across on video. I hope it does, but man, I've never had a game make it where I'm really on my edge of my toes the whole freaking time. And that concentration just really pays off. MX Simulator is similar, but this is just on that whole other level with just the system that is in place for rating and all that. You're really rewarded. And just the system in general is just so serious. It's like on that whole next level. They're pulling a little bit on me. They got 3 seconds on me. I need to focus on getting some decent laps. But I need to not push too hard and push myself into a mistake. I need to let them make the mistakes. And me back here running decent laps, that's a big mistake though. It's crazy how fast it can happen. Blue car's on me now. Quite a bit of curb there, quite a bit of curb there as well. Again, we seem to pull a little bit on him. Onto this straightaway. Bit of a risk on the exit of that last corner, but we'll take it. Locking up all the way there. He sees that and goes, alright, this guy's making mistakes. He's doing the same thing I'm doing. Wait. Wait for the mistake in front of you. I'm just locking it up everywhere right now. Actually hit the grass back there, and that's what made me lose a little bit. That was pretty quick through there. Need to stop locking it up or we're going to lose a lot of tire. About halfway point in the race, you can see how these races take a while, and it's so easy to, through the course of the race, force yourself into a mistake. That's why you can pretty much be happy just with running a clean race. It's rewarding in itself, even if you're not necessarily happy with the position you finished in. I think speed and higher places come with being confident with doing a clean race at a decent pace. That's what it's all about. We're definitely running competitively here. Still locking up just a little. Short shift to third. Decent line through there, not too bad. Like to close the gap to the guy in front of us, but they're obviously moving, so don't need to worry about it too much, but that's the goal. Bang that rev limiter. It's a little bit safer of a way for me to get through this corner. Still 3 seconds to the guy in front of me. It's good to know we're keeping that same pace. Just try to keep it clean. Pretty happy so far. Obviously, this being one of my first races in this car. I believe it's my second race. This is exactly what I would expect and exactly what I would hope for at my level. I mean, remind you, I've only been playing this game for like a week and a half. I feel pretty decent, but I got a lot to improve on. I think a lot of my like real world experiences definitely help, but it's totally different when you're hopping into a game, you know? Luckily this game translates across a lot better than most. The name of the game is minimizing mistakes. Got locked up. Did he go off here? Nope. Looks like he just locked up. Probably a lot like I am. I actually almost lost the rear end there. Exited that corner in third on accident. You can see how quickly you can really have little things just skip your mind and boom, you missed your braking point, you're off. So easy. I know I'm going a touch slow into that corner, but this is so one-lined here that as long as I attempt to have a pretty decent drive out of these corners. It seems to kind of balance itself out a little bit. And then it's obviously the safer way for me to get through there. Blind corner, it's easy to miss. Back in, wanting to step out there under power. Obviously, we've reeled these guys in by about a second, a little more. Maybe through their own mistakes, but that's the name of the game. A little too much there. Shit. I had to lift way off. Tried to regain a little bit of it by hitting this corner decent. Definitely lost a little time there. Again, blue car behind us is, he's trying, man. He's doing the same thing we are right here. Doing your best to run clean, and we're all, it's just, the racing in this game is just incredible. I mean, even look at the first corner. It can be a shit show, but the higher the rank you go up, the more people are like, you know what, I want to get through here clean, and then we'll continue our race. I mean, if you have an opportunity, take it. Blue's actually on us pretty close here. That pop-up's going to drive me nuts. I assume you guys can see that. Lock up there. He almost clipped us. We can use that as an opportunity to maybe pull away a little. He smells blood, I think. Really good section there. Almost lost the rear end there. He's going to gain back on us. Looks like he had to maybe lift off or dab the brake to avoid hitting us. My mistake. He is on us right now. And he is right there behind us. He saw that lock up a little bit. He's trying to be nice and composed. Ooh, almost lost it there. You could hear that. Losing traction. At least hopefully you guys could hear it. I think he lost it. I think he spun. Like he spun behind us. I saw a glimpse of it. This is our chance to put in some decent laps to pull that gap that it'll last for the rest of the race. Let's go. Keep it clean, but have a nice pace here. Nice, good rhythm through there. We only have 3 seconds on him. Actually, that's somebody else. That's the guy that was behind him. Yeah, he's way back now. He's at the bottom. It was Christoph Schultz. So now we got to deal with whoever was behind him. Not many laps left. We have a little gap behind us, but one that can be lost very easily. So we got to keep a nice pace. Not do anything too stupid. He's closing on us though. 2-5 to the guy behind us. 2 laps left. Focusing on no big mistakes. The guys in front of us have pulled out. That's going to make us lose a little time right there. Almost locked it up into that corner as well. And he's on us. Just go for business as usual, I guess. He's obviously going very quick at this point in the race. But we just gotta hold him off for one more lap. Okay, last lap. Back end out a little bit. Little lock up. He's going to be right on us here. Need to focus on hitting this line correctly that we fucked up a couple times here. Need to turn in a little earlier. Right there. A little too much. Still not beautiful. He's on us. Obviously, he's going to try to get a good drive out of this corner. We actually went into the dirt a little. He might get us. He's close enough. He might be able to pull. We need to probably just stick to our guns here. Pushed a little still. I'm actually going to get into third a little early here. Make sure we have our line down. Come on, fourth. I don't think he's going to get us. I think we got this, fellas. Woohoo! Yeah! What a race. Easy there, fella. You don't need to charge around me. That's how one of us gets an incident. What a race. I mean, I know it's not for a win. The time will come, I'll tell you that. But the way we were able to just have a nice battle and a clean race. I'm happy with the way I drove. Some small mistakes, and I could definitely pick up the pace a little bit. But with that comes really a bit more of a commitment and a bit more risk by charging a little harder. We'll pull off right here. Alright, not too bad. Now the one thing I'm thinking about is this might move me up into the next license. So stick around for just a sec. Let's take a look here. So we finished in 8th. Grid was 11th, so we moved up. Not too bad. Moved up 3 spots. Yeah, pretty good race. Let's take a look at our laps just to get an idea how consistent we were. Let's see here. We had... Let's see, I guess, yeah. 154, 153, 155, 154, 54, 54, 54, 54, 54, 54, 55, 55, 54. That's all I can ask for. I can definitely, my fastest is a 152. But yeah, I think really what that shows is I'm doing what I should be doing. Consistent laps, and I'll pick up the pace from there. And yeah, really good race. So I'm gonna duck out. Let's see real quickly. I should be able to just quit. Don't really need to save that replay. Good. I think it's still showing you guys what I'm seeing here. Might take a little bit. I will pop back in and show you if we were able to get our safety rating up to move up to the B license. Alright, so we didn't move up quite as much as I was hoping for. We actually moved up to a 3.57 from a 3.4. So we definitely moved up. We're doing great. Once we hit a 4.0, we move up to the next license class immediately. And at the end of the season, if we're a 3.0 or above, we move up anyway. So we're right there where we should be, and we'll just keep racing and try to keep improving. Here's just a list of some of the races if you want to see what I've been doing. Just really having a lot of fun with this. So thank you all that are watching this. I appreciate it because I know a lot of people are here for moto content or whatever. But really cars are my biggest passion. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and those of you guys that do watch this, I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.